A year and a half ago, MrBeast's right-hand man, Kris Taylor, made the brave and stunning proclamation that, yes, he is coming out and he's going to be living his best life as Ava Tyson. And off the back of that announcement, YouTuber SunnyV2 decided to drop a video saying Kris Taylor is going to become a nightmare for MrBeast. I remember doing a video on it, and it's interesting, right? Because I did the video of all of the allegations that were accurate and up to date up until Monday, and here we are on Wednesday, and I've got everything from Tuesday, so who knows? This is a very quick-moving situation. I'm doing the best that I can to stay on top of this. And as a lot of people, or a bunch of people remember that MrBeast made the statement after the video went up, the only time that he addressed the video or the controversy around that by saying, this is getting absurd. Kris isn't my nightmare. He's my friend and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to get to me. Yes, it's just the transphobia, right? It's not simply looking at this situation going, this is going to be the anchor around your neck, man, because okay, this right here, you're setting up a liability, okay? You're inserting a political wedge into otherwise squeaky clean content, and at one point or another, this is going to turn south for you. This isn't just an announcement that somebody wants to live their best life. This is somebody who left their family, blew everything up just to play dress up full time. But realistically, that all blew over, and yeah, for the time being, Kris wasn't a nightmare for MrBeast until this past weekend, until the 24 hours when everything started to break. And if you want more information on that, yesterday's video will suffice. But let's just catch you up with Ava, Kris, whatever, officially coming back to Twitter with the first announcement, okay? After the deleting of all of the tweets, keeping the profile, of course, but just scrubbing the page. Now, a little bit of backstory on that. Haven't heard any confirmation to this, but all of the tweets, all of the previous interactions, hence why you only seen screenshots and no actual quote tweets from Kris, was about a month ago, a similar situation that we'll probably reference here in the second half of the video, popped off, and Kris decided to take shots at a former MrBeast alumni, Jake the Viking, and do some hardcore projecting. Jake having the receipts, making the accusations that we covered yesterday that, things are going to get a hell of a lot worse for MrBeast if Kris isn't kept in check. And so after that cancellation attempt went absolutely nowhere at the speed of smell, Kris decided to purge hers, whatever profile of everything, and this is the first post back, and it does 23 million views. Well, congratulations on that one. So the first thing that dropped earlier today, I think it was around the same time that my video went public on the channel, so good-ish timing, I guess. Got everybody up to where we were at. But then, of course, as you can see, a few hours later, more additional posts that are on there. Very interesting because, yeah, Tyson was getting roasted for this. I would like to apologize for any of my past behaviors or comments if I hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best that I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. Right, your family that you deserted, your family that you're trying to mold into your own perverse image. I think the less time that you're around family, probably the best for them. But just look at that initial post, right? What are you apologizing for? Okay, like, you don't make reference to any of the actions that you're being accused of, any of the allegations that are floating around in the ether. It's just, no. If I've done anything that makes you feel bad, well, I guess, okay, just because, you're so much of a snowflake, you just can't handle other people's opinions, okay? I'm sorry for how you feel. And then looking at the rest of the statement, we've mutually decided it's best that I permanently step away from all things MrBeast, not leave the company. Not, I'm severing my relationship with the MrBeast brand. It's, I'm just going to step away. And I think that that's a very important wording that not a lot of people are picking up on. And social media, yes, to focus on my family and mental health. Where, yeah, if you want to, focus on your mental health, I think that there's one obvious place that you should start. But of course, everybody was taking the piss after that, and justifiably so, because some of those allegations that were running wild over the weekend and into Monday are fairly heinous, and there's a lot of proof, there's a lot of confirmation that really does paint this in a terrible light. So a few hours later, 3 as you can go ahead and deduce yourself, Kris decides to go on a little bit of a tweeting spree. I want to add, I never groomed anyone. Oh, okay, right, just, everything that we went over yesterday involving Lava, confirming that, yeah, you guys had some inappropriate conversations. Lava, and being 13 years old at the time, said that, yeah, no, it wasn't grooming or anything like that. Yeah, we met up. Yeah, we had some inappropriate jokes on a Discord. Yeah, everything played out in public on Twitter, but I wasn't groomed or anything like that. But let's be honest, okay? Even if this was a very consensual, okay, in the loosest use of that word, okay, a consensual conversation between both parties. Kris was 20 at the time, okay, at least 20, and Lava 13. You can't make that work. However you want to slice this, however you want to cut it up, that's grooming, okay? It's an inappropriate relationship with a minor. I don't care how you spin it, man. But yes, the person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GS, has vocally supported that they are false. Well, some of the accusations confirm that others ended up happening, but not any of the more lascivious stances, okay? Nothing specifically in regards to inappropriate contact. It was just everything leading up to that event, okay? Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts. Again, not really taking responsibility for anything specific. It's just if you feel like you've been hurt, okay? If I've hurt your feelings with my posts, my past actions, and those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. Because yeah, now Kris, back when Kris was Kris and Kris wasn't Ava playing dress up, apparently this dude was cutting edgy joke after edgy joke, where it's like, okay, be completely honest, man, nobody's going to take offense to that stuff. But to continue to lump these two factors together to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. Well, I mean, there is the written word that's out there, and then there's new allegations that are rolled into this stuff as well. But I can see what you're doing here. In past years, I have learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at MrBeast, which is why I have stepped away, yes, back into the shadows so that at an appropriate time, you can return to MrBeast, because these are the actions of Kris, and Kris alone. Let's keep it 100, because we've seen some proof, we've seen some evidence, we've seen the allegations that are out there, and by no means does it look like MrBeast, okay, or the other people that work there have been implicated, okay? Obviously, there are some former co-workers that have come out and said, oh, of course he knew, they used to live together. There's a poster on the wall that showed that Kris was a supporter, was a patron of Shadman. And it's like, yeah, okay, you can make that connection, but does that mean necessarily that anybody knows for certain that they were running cover for Kris? Not saying that that isn't the case. I'm just saying that we can't connect the dots on that one. But what we can connect the dots on, that you're going to have to try to beat the allegations from different sources. Kris Tyson, an employee of MrBeast who is best known for being, yes, trans and buying lolicon from Shadman, has been caught, yes, messaging a different 14-year-old, shared by the then 14-year-old on a Snapchat conversation between the victim and Tyson in 2019. Okay, been stepped up, yep. Keep it secret though, and then you can see, yeah, it goes all the way back to Kris Tyson's page. Yeah, keep it secret. Okay, so what do we have? I don't know if you've heard about my bathwater prank and how crazy it's gone, but my stock is actually sold out at the moment. Rather than bring it back, I'm actually looking to bottle a whole bathtub in a video in a giant tub and ship it to whoever buys it, $20,000. I just wanted to reach out in advance because I know that kind of content MrBeast does, just to give you a heads up. Let me know if there's something that might interest him. Thanks, Belle. Okay, so that's that must be in regards to Belle Delphine, obviously, right? Because she was the one who, you know, did the whole bathwater prank back in the cut, right? Okay, sending that around to see if MrBeast of all people would want it, and then moving this along. Okay, True, Walmart, a whole bunch of other stuff, and there you have Kris. Okay, in communications with a minor, going back and forth, calling the minor dad. Is that what we're doing? Okay, when's your wedding and what do you want? Okay, that's very strange. Okay, everything seems to be somewhat above board. Could question the whole, you know, sharing the business plottings of other more charged creators, and you could chalk that up to a little bit of weirdness. But again, this is a 14-year-old, somebody who Kris knows is 14 years old. That's a problem, okay? Having those protracted conversations. And then we got, well, yet another 14-year-old in conversation with Kris. An anonymous user has come out overnight posting screenshots of him and MrBeast member Kris Tyson texting. Kris sent many messages when he was 18 and the anonymous user was 14. Oh boy, so what do we have here? Okay, so a screen record on this one. Look at my snap. It's fine. I could spoil you. Do you want anything expensive for your birthday? Wait, what? You could play Fortnite. I beat you last time, but okay. I could give you anything? Wait, what? What the hell is going on here, man? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, all of those deleted pictures. Okay, I barely got screen time. I wish I could see more. Wait, what? That's interesting. I wish I was in the video. Me too. It's too soon though. I could introduce you to everyone when you get a little older. Wait, yo, pause, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that would be awesome. Your birthday is coming up, isn't it? Yeah, December 2nd. Turning, boy, here's turning 14. Great. I don't know where my party will be at. My mom is still deciding. This is so creepy. What do you want? I could give you anything. Why are you talking with somebody who's 13 years old, bro? What are you doing? Okay, we could play Fortnite. Yeah, I beat you last time. And then, yes, anything expensive that you want for your birthday, I could spoil you. Yeah, I'd prefer if you didn't. But yeah, I love you. I meant I love playing Minecraft with you. Yeah, okay, bro. And then finally, I would like to say, I would like to stay anonymous, but Kris Tyson was texting me back in 2020 when I was 14. I'm 18 now. I commented on one of his tweets. He saw it and messaged me when I was young. I couldn't see how he was grooming and manipulating me, but looking back now, I can see it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure Lava will eventually have that revelation somewhere down the line, but that's just more that has come out recently, okay, since I recorded my video yesterday, and I'm sure that there's going to be more coming out, because if we have a couple of different 13, 14-year-olds coming out on top of the one that was like, no, everything was fine, it was copacetic, just, you know, it's just a continuation of the behavior that he's displaying around the internet. It's fine though, it's fine, but it's so interesting, right? Because Kris got to go ahead and decide his own fate from here. I'm going to be stepping back from MrBeast, okay? I got to go ahead and get out ahead of everything else, because at this point in time, at time of recording, and of course that could all change, MrBeast hasn't said hide nor hair of this, okay? Because I would imagine there's probably some lawyers involved with this. There's probably some contracts that are around there. There's probably some morality clauses or potentially some points that Kris has in MrBeast's stake that they have to really iron out before Kris's exit from the company is official and finalized. I'm sure that there's a bunch of moving parts that are out there. I guess in Ava's case, removable parts. But I still think all of this stuff ends up a few months down the line whenever a new controversy comes along, because let's be completely honest, I was just going to say this past month, but hell, the past couple of weeks has been crazy if you're a content creator, okay? Just how many scumbags have been exposed in a very short period of time. You had Destiny with his atrocious takes. You had Boogie2988 finally finding, I think, potentially the center of the earth when it comes to being the lowest of the low. And if you want to go ahead and expand your time horizon within the past month or so, you had somebody else get canceled for a hell of a lot less, and then also in the same ballpark as Kris, except well, let's just see. It's now seems like Dr. Disrespect's key flaw in his downfall is that he didn't come out as Deborah Disrespect. Yeah, exactly. And acknowledging that, yep, I talked to a minor who we have no information on at all whatsoever, and it sure seems like at this point in time, one person that has come out, but we have some unofficial emails that say was 17-year-old female. That's what I hear circulating, but they aren't backed up. They aren't verified at all whatsoever. That's a little bit different. Still, not forgivable at all whatsoever, but Dr. Disrespect also clarified that nothing was illegal. You might be able to perceive them as going a little bit too far, but again, nothing was illegal, but this guy was immediately yeeted from the face of the internet, lost all of his sponsors, fired from all of his companies, demonetized on YouTube, and has been left destitute in the digital wasteland. What has happened to Kris? What has happened to MrBeast? Absolutely nothing. It is the biggest YouTube channel, the biggest singular YouTube channel on the platform. Hell, I'll just take it one step further because we have the stats to go ahead and prove this. It is the biggest entertainment platform on the biggest streaming service on planet Earth, the MrBeast ecosystem, okay, from the official channel to all of the ancillary channels as well. He has 300 million subscribers on the main channel, and a few dozens of other affiliated channels also in that 7-digit club as well. So this is somebody who has just incomprehensible reach, and nothing has happened. Hell, the face of the company, MrBeast himself, doesn't even have to come out and say a goddamn thing about this stuff because he knows it's gonna blow over. He's got Google at his back. He's the poster boy of the platform. I like some of the stuff that MrBeast does, okay? Don't get it twisted from here. His philanthropy stuff, it's fantastic. And the way that a bunch of those wokies like to go ahead and criticize him, oh, you're just flexing your white savior privilege by curing blindness and building people's homes. It's a very, very strange way that you want to go ahead and do this, but you would think at this point in time, okay, whenever there would be a controversy and that there's all of those jealous leftists that are out there wanting to tear people down the same way that they did to Doc, why is it that they're so goddamn quiet on this stuff? Or they just want to play the whole midwit game of, it requires context. So Pokimane and Valkyrie, I don't know, a couple of e-thoughts over there on Twitch, okay, who were very vocal, who were at the head of the line to go ahead and denounce Dr. Disrespect. They decided to post their take on the Kris Tyson situation within minutes of one another. But yeah, we have stupid-ass Pokimane, okay, the cookie grifter. I don't know all the details regarding the Ava situation, but I want to make it clear, any inappropriate behavior towards the minor is unacceptable, regardless of who you are. It's a shame that people will see this as an opportunity to attack the trans community. Unbelievable. It's like that old Norm Macdonald joke. It's like, oh my God, could you imagine what would happen today, okay, in light of recent events, just the backlash on the Muslim community if there was to be another hijacking and plane crashing into a building? Could you imagine? This is what they're doing right here, okay? We're not talking about the trans community. It's just if you're noticing certain patterns that are out there, it's an awful lot of coincidences if you just want to go ahead and take it out of the situation. But no. We're looking at an individual person right here and condemning their actions because there are some sensible trans people that are out there. Can't name any off the top of my head, but I'm sure they do exist, okay? It's only 42%. It's not any higher than that, so you'd have to think that there are at least a handful of good ones that are out there. But no, to attack the trans community as a whole, one person's action does not reflect on every single trans person, so please don't view it that way. But in regards to Dr. Disrespect, a straight white guy, yuck. Very smart, very educated. And then you have Valkyrie, just, I don't know, man, just these brain dead e-thoughts. I'm still in the process of moving, so I haven't been able to fully keep up, but in the meantime, since I've been tagged a bunch, pedophiles, bad, trans, does not equal pedo. Good. Wow, imagine that. It sucks that one trans person does not mean all. Okay, it sucks to see so many anti-trans people act as if it does. I'm hoping Ava speaks up. Oh my God. Will somebody please think of the creep? But compare and contrast that wordy nonsense with Dr. Disgusting. And you've seen other brainlets pop up, okay, that Hassan Piker doesn't want to talk about it at all whatsoever because he knows the moment that he would denounce the actions of Kris, his woke-ass audience would just go ahead and turn on him because the way that they view the situation, they don't view the individual, they view him as a part of the collective, comrade. So that's why he wants to stay out of this. And why hasn't anybody else who was so swift to denounce Dr. Disrespect come out and condemn Kris? Well, I mean, what was the most recent MrBeast video? All starting to come into focus now. It's almost like Jimmy knew that there was a ticking time bomb that was out there. He wanted to try to get everybody on brand sooner rather than later. Interesting, right? And this scandal, like so many other ones, the deeper you dig, the more interesting it gets, and unfortunately, the more depraved it does. And this is an ever-evolving situation, one that I'm going to be covering, and alongside several other rapidly evolving topics. So don't be surprised if we're running back to this one later in the week. But until that point in time, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.